Welcome to Mission SONLight from the Southern Africa Indian Ocean Division. The Republic of Zambia is located in the southern African continent and is bordered in part by Angola, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Tanzania, and Zimbabwe. Zambia is slightly larger than the state of Texas, formerly known as Northern Rhodesia. The country came under British rule in 1923. Independence from the United Kingdom came in 1964, and with that the country's name was changed to Zambia. During the 1980s and 1990s, Zambia's economy was impacted by a serious and prolonged drought. Today, although the country's economy is experiencing modest growth with increased copper prices, 86% of the population lives below the poverty level. It is here among almost 12 million people that the Seventh-day Adventist Church is telling the truth as it is in Jesus. The HIV and AIDS pandemic, as well as other diseases, impact the population. An unemployment rate in the country of about 50% also adds to the challenges of meeting life's daily needs. In spite of these difficulties, God's work moves forward. The headquarters for Zambia Union Conference are located in the capital city of Lusaka.
Welcome to Lusaka, the capital of the Republic of Zambia, as well as the Zambia Union Conference of Seventh-day Adventist Church.
The Zambia Union Conference has passed the 600,000 membership mark.
If you gauge that against the population of the country, which is slightly under 12 million, you can see that the Zambia Union Conference actually has one of the highest membership to the population ratio. So we want to thank the Lord that even if we have gone through difficult times, He's been with us.
It is here among these people that early pioneer and missionary Dr. J.G. Foster began a self-funded medical and educational work. Dr. and Mrs. Foster had been missionaries in Botswana and at the outbreak of World War II had to leave the country. Their journey eventually took them to Northern Rhodesia, where Dr. Foster saw the opportunity to obtain 3,000 acres of land. Here he began his work of healing the people physically through medical care and fulfilling their mental and spiritual needs through an educational program. Today, the program is known as Riverside Farm Institute and is part of the Outpost Center International's family of ministries. For 10 years, Stephen Grabner, now Vice President of Outpost Centers, served as Director of Riverside Farm.
Riverside is a very diverse, fantastic ministry. They do Bible training, agriculture, they have a lifestyle center, they do a variety of health outreaches, community outreaches, and it was my privilege to work there for about 10 years.
Riverside's educational outreach consists of reaching both children and adults. The primary school that is located on the grounds serves 100 students who are in grades 1 through 8. The adult education program has 4 components for the 40 students per term who attend. These courses include evangelism, gardening, tailoring for women, and lifestyle educator training on the causes of disease. Additionally, Riverside Farm has a lifestyle center that reaches out to middle and upper-class Zambian citizens. The World Health Organization predicts that one of the most dangerous health threats to Zambians in the near future will be the problem of diabetes. By teaching lifestyle changes, the staff at Riverside hopes to teach Zambians healthful choices. Riverside Farm also supports 50 Bible workers throughout Zambia. These workers are trained at the farm and then sent out to minister in different parts of the country. Agriculture plays a large role in the work of Riverside Farm. Wheat, corn, and bananas are staple crops that are grown on the farm.
We produced 390 tons of wheat this year, and some of it was sold to one of the largest mills. The other part is still being stored, and we're trying to sell that in January, February, when prices we hope will be at a good peak, a good price.
One of the most important staples of the Zambian diet is mealie meal. Mealie meal is made from ground corn.
The mill department has actually 2 separate components. One is the maize buying, and the other one is the sale of it and the transformation into mealie meal, which is people's staple food here in this part of the world. We buy every year from local commercial and rural farmers several thousand bags. This year we bought about 11,000 bags, and then we store it, and later during the year we grind it into this polenta mealie meal flour, which they transform to the staple food called nchima.
The maize is then stored and ground as needed during the year. The mealie meal is sold, and the profits are used to help support the outreach and educational activities of Riverside Farm.
People appreciate us buying their maize, and they appreciate being able to come and buy it again as mealie meal later on during the year, especially in years when there is hunger, as is the case this time.
Bananas play an important role in the training of young people at Riverside Farm. The farm has about 58 acres of land planted in bananas. The banana crops also help to contribute to subsidizing the evangelism outreach and educational programs, as well as general campus expenses.
Now, it is a blessing in several ways. Number one, it's a blessing to the people who eat it, because many people in developing countries have a lack of fruit in their diets. The people eat mostly grains and few fruits, so that is a blessing in itself. Then it's another blessing because those that work in this plantation get a job. And the unemployment is very high in many developing sub-Saharan countries, and even in Zambia there's not much formal employment. Then another blessing is that it provides Riverside with income. Now there's a profit margin, and that profit is used for the educational aspect, which again trains people to share with the community about Jesus and that He's going to come again to save us. And so bananas contribute actually to the spreading of the gospel, although it takes several steps, but at the end of it all, it helps people know about Jesus.
During his time at Riverside Farm, Stephen Grabner worked closely with the church leadership in Zambia. As Conference and Riverside Farm leadership brainstormed for ways to work together, one major need became apparent.
We discussed together the need for there to be a pastoral training program in the country of Zambia. There had been one previously, but for many years it had been closed down. And so in brainstorming with Elder Kasaji, we came up with the idea of doing an in-service training, 6 to 8 weeks during June and July. We gathered a group of around 30 pastors.
Because of a lack of facilities, it was decided that the 30 pastors who would be involved in the training would come to Riverside for class. Teachers from around the world were brought in to instruct and train the pastors. Eventually, the program grew to the point that the Zambian Union realized they needed to restart their full-time pastoral training program, and Zambia Adventist University was born.
That program was quite successful. Every year the pastors looked forward to that training. It eventually grew to the point where the Zambian Union realized they needed to restart their full pastoral training program. They decided to do that on the property that borders the academy in Zambia, and that was really the birth of Zambian Adventist University.
Two groups working together brought about a change that is impacting lives of many today in Zambia.
Since ZAO got started, Riverside continued to provide teachers for the first couple of years. We would bring over professors from either Andrews or Union or Walla Walla that would teach in that program. Riverside also continued to supply teachers itself from the staff at Riverside. So the relationship between ZAO and Riverside remains good to this day.
Through this relationship, you can see how your 13th Sabbath offering works in partnership with many individuals and organizations to bring about great results for God's kingdom.
From that humble beginning, we see the college now developing with an enrollment of 30 theology students. And so our picture as a university cannot be complete without their role.
As you can see, the story of Zambia Adventist University just begins here. In the next segment of Mission SONLight, you will learn of the work that this Adventist University is doing in the hearts and lives of many. Zambia Adventist University will receive funds from the 13th Sabbath offering on Sabbath, June 27th. Plan now for the gift you will give to be a part of the work of Zambia Adventist University. Reporting from Riverside Farm Institute in Zambia, this is Mission SONLight.